Hey, Dan Wood here for LockerGnome.com with a preview of the latest in the Halo video game series, the brand new Halo Reach beta, which the creators Bungie have been inviting fans of Halo to try out online as a special public beta over the last couple of weeks and give their feedback on what they think should be included in the latest, and if rumours are to be believed, the final ever Halo video game from Bungie. Now, if you weren't one of the lucky select few to get a special friends and family invite from Bungie before May the 3rd, the way that you'll need to access the public beta is by owning a copy of the Halo 3 ODST game and then loading up your campaign disc and accessing the beta from a special new menu that will appear at the bottom of the main screen. Now, the game's due for release in autumn of this year and will come in 3 different editions, like previous Halo games, including normal, a limited edition that will be a rather nice box and some artwork included too, and similarly to what they did with Halo 3, this will come with a legendary pack as well that will give you some extra abilities, including unlocking in-game elite armor, also flaming helmets that finally make their availability to the public, and also a very cool hand-painted Spartan statue. So if you're a massive fan of the Halo series, it will have to be the legendary edition that you go out and buy. Now, in the Halo timeline, Halo Reach is actually set in the past, before Halo 1. If you've read the book Fall of Reach, it has Reach as the planet where the Spartans were trained. And if the rumours are true that this is going to be the final Halo release from Bungie, then I think it's kind of nice that they did end it with a prequel and we can go back to where it all began. Now, as you can tell from the in-game footage at the moment, Halo Reach is another first-person shooter, similarly to Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, and the beta will give you a chance to try out a few of the multiplayer modes of the game. Now, you might not be too shocked from my terrible gameplay that you're watching at the moment, but I haven't actually got a lot of experience of Halo multiplayer games. I did own, of course, Halo 3 ODST and Halo 3 as well, but I did spend the majority of my time playing those games in the campaign single-player modes, so the multiplayer is kind of a bit new to me. Now, there has been quite a lot of criticism from Halo fans on a few of the forums and other reviews that I've seen online recently that Bungie have kind of dumbed down the multiplayer modes quite a lot in this game and removed a lot of the more strategic elements to focus a lot more on action, which I suppose, give or take, depending on how into the series you are. But if, like me, you are quite a newcomer to Halo multiplayer modes, it really lets you just get stuck straight into it without having to know too much of the backstory, and the game just really focuses on fun. Now, a few moments ago you did check out one of the new assassin attacks that feature in Halo Reach, which means you can creep up behind your enemies, press the melee button and then get some really cool attack moves. Halo Reach is based on the same engine as the previous few Halo games, so technically not really that many changes to the game in that way, but there are some really nice new gameplay features of Halo Reach, including some brand new armor abilities. Finally on Halo, Sprint Mode has been introduced, probably the last ever first-person shooter to feature running. And of course the ability that everybody on the internet has been going crazy about recently, the Airborne mode, which means jetpacks make their way into Halo, which some people did think were a little bit gimmicky, but when you're in a really sticky situation, they can help get you out of trouble by simply flying away and then dropping a torrent of grenades on your enemy. Now, at the moment you can see that I'm walking around with the Noob Tube, as it's commonly referred to online, the grenade launcher, which is new to Halo Reach. And Bungie have been inviting us to try out a few of the different game modes that will feature in Halo Reach to try out in the beta. A few that I got to play, including the one that you've just been watching, would be Oddball, where one skull is located somewhere on the map and then you've basically got to try and get it from every other player. Other modes include Stockpile, which is kind of like Capture the Flag, where you can take the flags from places on the map from your enemies or their goal zones. And my favourite game, which would be Headhunter, which involves you collecting as many flaming skulls as possible, because you can never have too many, I think. There are some changes to the ammunition in Halo Reach, including the much-awaited return of grenades from Halo 2 that are back in this version of the game, but somehow to me, I don't know whether it's just my memory playing tricks, but the grenades do seem a lot less powerful than they were in previous Halo games. And here is the Stalker armor ability in all its glory, giving you a chance to creep up invisibly on your enemies before giving them a nice little surprise. Another armor ability that will get you out of some really tricky situations is guard mode, that will not only render you temporarily invincible, but when executed will also make all of your enemy's shields temporarily disabled. Juggernaut mode has to be one of my favourite parts of the Halo Reach multiplayer online experience. It's basically a high-tech version of tag. One person on the game will be the Juggernaut, everybody else has to kind of pile on them and try their best to kill them, which, as you can see from the footage, it's not just me being lame, it is particularly hard. And it is quite nice to see that companies are copying Microsoft's model of releasing betas to the public for them to try out, following the success of the likes of Windows 7 and Microsoft Office 2010, and hopefully more video games will be released like this, saving money on beta testers, but also getting people excited about the game as well. Even though Halo Reach is still months from completion, it's already guaranteed to be one of the biggest hits of the year, with over 1 million people signing up to the Halo Reach beta on day one, and it did break into the top 4 most played games on Xbox Live in the first week. Unfortunately, the Halo Reach public beta did finish on Monday the 17th of May, but I'm sure the millions of people that took part in it over the 2 weeks that it was online will help to contribute to what could possibly be the best game of the Halo series, and if it is going to be the final one, it should be a brilliant last act for the game.